Let's just dive right in. If you're an ambitious manager or creator, you've probably done the hard work early on, right? You've gathered the ideas, you've spotted the market gaps, but then you just freeze. And it's not because you have a lack of options, it's because you literally have way too many. So in this explainer, we're unpacking a really powerful mental model from Jonathan Reed's book, Start a Business from Zero, Build Skills, Change Behavior, Create Stability. Think of me as your business advisor today. We're going to help you move from, blind guessing straight into strategic execution.
Now, the absolutely crucial thing to remember here is that endlessly exploring different problems, it kind of gives us this false sense of productivity. We feel like we're working hard, but actually we're just avoiding a decision. True progress means you have to stop exploring blindly and actually commit to something. As Jonathan Reed brilliantly puts it, depth, and therefore real business value, comes from commitment to one spot, not from variety. So here's our high-level roadmap for today. We'll hit the paralysis of choice, digging your well deeply, the problem selection matrix, crafting the problem statement, and finally, validating in the field.
All right, jumping into section 1, the paralysis of choice, moving from exploration to direction.
To get past this decision paralysis, you really have to burn this one fundamental rule into your brain. Your early choices are completely flexible. You are definitely not signing a lifetime contract here. You just need a solid starting point to test. By shifting your mindset from choosing forever to just choosing for now to learn, you instantly take all that heavy pressure off your shoulders. And it's super easy to fall into these common beginner traps. Look, if you choose a nice-to-have problem, sure, your customers might nod and agree it's an issue, but they absolutely won't open their wallets to pay to solve it. On the flip side, if you aim at this massive, incredibly broad problem, like, say, improving global productivity, you're going to end up with these vague solutions that drive zero real action. You've really got to steer clear of those extremes. Which brings us to section 2, digging your well deeply, how we actually separate the strong signals from all that background noise. Imagine for a second you're out there looking for water. Trying to solve 5 different problems at the exact same time is basically like digging 5 very shallow holes. You're going to get exhausted, your team's going to lose all their momentum, and spoiler alert, you're never going to hit water. But if you pick one specific, painful point and just dig deeply, that's when you tap into a true source of value. That chosen problem, that is your spot to dig. Let's look at a real-life comparison to show you what I mean. The first scenario here, it's just an irritation, a minor inconvenience. Nobody is dropping everything they're doing to buy file organization software just because they misplace a file once a month. But that second option, now that is a recurring, emotionally exhausting pain that literally paralyzes daily work. Behavioral economics actually proves this. People are way more motivated to avoid a painful loss, like massive work stress, than to gain some abstract, vague benefit.
So instead of just guessing, we need a really structured filter to find our strongest candidate. And we build this on 3 main pillars. First up, pain. Like, how frustrating or costly is this really? Second, urgency. How frequently is this popping up? And third, solvability. Do you and your team actually have the resources to realistically fix this?
Moving right along to section 3, the problem selection matrix. This is our first structured evaluation workshop. Check out how clearly these numbers separate the trivial stuff from the burning priorities. Here's your instruction for your first workshop exercise with your team. Literally just list out 10 problems you've spotted in the market, then score each one from 1 to 5 on pain, urgency, and solvability and tallying them up. Instantly, you'll see that low-level irritation of unorganized files totally loses out to the highly scored, painful problem of unclear priorities. It acts like a magnifying glass for where you need to focus. But hey, remember one really important thing. This isn't a pharmacy, okay? We are not looking for flawless mathematical precision here. You don't need perfect market data. You just need enough reasonable confidence to let those weaker ideas go for now. This matrix takes a vague, oh, this seems kind of interesting, and turns it into a definitive, okay, this is absolutely worth testing first. All right, section 4, crafting the problem statement, defining the focus.
Okay, so once you've got your winner from the matrix, you're going to apply this exact formula for your second workshop exercise. And honestly, it is brilliant in its simplicity because it completely reduces cognitive ambiguity. Armed with this single sentence, your marketing, your core offer, and the way your technical team designs the solution, it all becomes incredibly sharp. Basically, the less ambiguity you have at your starting point, the more effective your entire business is going to be down the line. Let's plug it in.
Early career professionals struggle with prioritizing tasks when they receive multiple unclear requests at work. See what happened there? By writing it out exactly like this, you connect a totally abstract business issue directly to the actual real-world stress your customer is dealing with. You are adopting their perspective. You're understanding exactly what causes that friction for them and why past solutions probably failed. But before you run with this, you need to do a quick, crucial emotional test. Your personal engagement absolutely matters here. If the problem you just chose feels, completely neutral or boring to you, well, you're probably going to rely on flawed assumptions and throw in the towel at the first hurdle. The problem has to make you feel like solving it will genuinely, tangibly make someone's life better. And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Validating in the Field, the 48-hour challenge. So here is a behavioral challenge for you, and I want you to take this on within the next 48 hours. Get out of the office, step away from the spreadsheets, go find one real person who actually fits your target profile and just explain your chosen problem to them. Your only goal here is to make sure this isn't just some nice theory from your workshop, but that it's actual felt friction in a customer's daily life. I want to leave you with a brutally honest question today. Did you choose this problem because it is truly important, or did you choose it just because it feels safe? I really want you to look closely at your motivations there, because true clarity, it doesn't come from endless analysis, endlessly searching for the perfect problem. Clarity comes from taking the problem you chose and colliding it directly with the real market. So, which problem are you going to decide to solve tomorrow?